working twice as hard for something you already got. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. Friends are coming through the door. Wheels are spinning on the floor. We don't know what we don't know. That's the only way to grow. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. What you're looking for is in your hand, been there all along. Pour another cup and pull a chair. Sing along. Another orange morning, it's time to show. Another orange morning, it's time to grow. Another orange morning, let the updates flow. Another orange morning, you already know. Hey! Hey!
Good morning, HubSpot Nation. Welcome to another Orange Morning. It is Tuesday, August 4th, 2026, here with Casey and Ryan. Good morning.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Casey.
Morning. Happy Tuesday.
Indeed. I've got a surprise for you guys today.
Oh my God.
A nice long payoff after our session last week. But we're going to hit some updates first. And I will share Casey's screen here.
Yeah.
We
A
zoom
lot
in
of
a little bit.
Oh, no
There we
way.
go.
Oh, I'm stoked.
API updates.
Yeah. And maybe refresh.
Oh.
There we go.
Ah.
Yeah. I've got 6 updates from today. You've got 5.
Mhm.
So what are you stoked about, Ryan?
We're just looking at the first column, right? The August 4th, or just everything on the screen?
Chris's rule is anything on the screen is fair game.
Okay. Okay.
And if something piqued your interest, that's where I want to start.
Contracts API, Teams API,
Okay.
Sales Templates API. Like Dharmesh's comment about everything being available via the CLI is like, it's coming true with that's a big list of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's start with the first one you mentioned.
Contracts
API. What is it? The Contracts API lets you create and manage HubSpot contracts programmatically. A contract tracks the life cycle of a relationship between a merchant and their buyer over time, inclusive of terms of service, pricing, and duration for a set of purchase line items. And just in case you didn't know, if you choose to use contracts, you will now be referred to as a merchant inside of the ecosystem.
Why does this matter? Contract APIs will provide the ability to integrate external systems with HubSpot's connected CPQ and billing tools and tap into business logic behind these systems independent of HubSpot's UI. I feel like often on this show, there's like big recurring themes for like weeks, if not like months at a time. Like help desk was all over for, 2 or 3 months. I felt like every day there was some sort of help desk. And I feel like we're currently in our API era where every day there is a new API release. And Chris is probably sick of hearing me say it, but I just really didn't care about API updates 6 months or a year ago. But I
didn't either, for sure. Right?
We would read those updates when the show first started. Yeah.
All right, developers. Oh, look at all these acronyms. Yay. And now it's like, oh yes, the next finally. Yes. Like such a difference. Yeah, it feels like a little bit of Revenue Hub season too. So I think this points to what everybody should expect at Unbound. It's like Revenue Hub and Agentic Customer Platform are going to be the message. I just wish we could help the team stop showing off their SaaS like focus by saying merchants. Like lots of businesses will benefit from the contract functionality. Most of them will never refer to themselves as a merchant. So if you see that word, just don't worry. That's a HubSpot customer still that happens to be using contracts.
Yeah.
What would you replace merchant with?
A contract tracks the life cycle of a relationship between a company and their buyer.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So in this case, like it because the word contract means a very specific thing inside of the HubSpot platform. That starts to shade toward like merchant style functionality, but which is, also highlights a possible flag. Like if you're expecting this to work like other contract management software, right? It's designed for recurring revenue moments and management of changes over time, which can be a little bit different depending on the relationships that you have with your buyers and customers.
I think I'm really excited about this because this has been something I've been thinking about for probably about 5 months now, just with some active contracts and engagements that I'm working on. But like the custom quote template capabilities have hit another level of programmability, right? And interactivity. And the moment in which you want to send a quote to someone during, let's say, an upgrade moment, right? I want to add or I want to remove things that I'm paying for or that I've already purchased, right? This motion, the ability to send a quote and it pull directly from the contracts API, right? What is my current contract in this moment? And then be able to like add or remove product, services, things, and to even like custom build in what recommendations of other things. Like you have this whole now motion to present, here's your current contract and here's all the other things that you can change with it. And at the signing of the button or the payment of the quote, we write into the contracts, and all of that change, that life cycle is now actually managed natively. You're not hacking HubSpot where deal goes closed one. Now I'm creating a new deal in renewal pipeline. And then I'm creating like ticket in support pipeline to manage the relationship. Like everyone can now come to the contract of the customer and see everything that they've bought over time. It's unlike anything I've ever seen in HubSpot's like capability, because it closes the biggest gap that we've been solving for as admins for years.
Yeah. And we're going to be digging in a lot today on contracts. Casey, if you could click on that link that I just shared in the private chat, talking to Mr. Joe Warren in a few hours, unboxing contracts, specifically as it relates to what migration looks like. Most clients, most customers have been doing this for a while somewhere else, or maybe in some other way inside of HubSpot even, like subscriptions. And lots of things to consider when you're migrating these records into HubSpot. He also might be showing us some new some upgraded functionality as it relates to Xero and QuickBooks integrations specifically. And usually you can see a lot of these kinds of upgrades are related in terms of just the flexibility of HubSpot growing and the fact that there's new objects available. Often you might want to change the way that you think about your integrations. So excited for that one, and thankful that Joe wants to come on with us and share the knowledge.
All right.
What's
the
next
other one that you mentioned was, I think Teams was the second one you listed. Somehow being excited for Teams. Now, okay. Yeah. I guess before we click, oh, yeah, you already clicked it.
Okay.
So when I said I heard Teams, I thought Microsoft Teams. Like,
oh, okay.
Really?
I didn't.
So now as I'm talking about it more, like, all right. So what is it? The Teams public API lets you manage HubSpot Teams programmatically. With this API, you can create, rename, delete, and organize teams, plus manage membership without relying on the HubSpot UI. Until now, the API only supported listing teams. All other team management required the UI one team at a time.
Why does it matter? For a growing and large organization, team structure is critical. Customers have long requested programmatic access to team management, and this API delivers it. I thought teamwork, which is also like, it didn't say teamwork. I don't know why I thought that. But I was like, wow, they already have API access to this like beta feature.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan was the only one who hit.
Yeah.
No, I like, so we were working on a recent project, right? Like we're given a spreadsheet of users, right? And we know all of the different responsibilities that they need, but we also need like the fact that AI can reason about team structure way better than any human can, because we've given it all the context, and now you can work in a session with Claude with all of this stuff, and now bring in the Teams API and just go create your teams and not have to like stitch together or like manually click around anymore. And if it changes, it's like the same thing. Just manage your teams. You know what's coming next. Permissions. Like build teams, build your permission sets, assign permissions, add and remove users. Like all of the management's coming to the API.
So I am really curious what both of your thoughts are on this. I got a text from a previous client yesterday. He was really excited. He has the API hooked up to Claude, and he, for the first time, was able to use Claude to edit something in HubSpot. Specifically, he actually, their forms were creating marketing contacts, and they were having trouble with that. So he wanted to kind of edit all of their forms to stop them from creating marketing contacts, and they would set that, themselves, their workflow, whatever. It would have taken a really long time though to go through the UI, and it's not hard, but you have to open every form and unselect that option. And he was able to use Claude to do it for him. He said it was crazy. It took 15 minutes and it was just done. And I said, yeah, like it's really impressive, but you all do more like AI activation than I do and more AI work than I do. So that's why I'm curious what your thoughts are. I am finding that I still have clients that don't feel comfortable hooking HubSpot up to Claude, and, there's still some uncertainty or something around that. Any advice to those people that I can take this transcript and send them?
Chris has no advice. He has no idea what he's talking about. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's simply trust in AI. I think it's trust in AI, not necessarily trust in HubSpot. That needs to be covered there. And I have found like there's so many reasons for folks to distrust like this moment and whether you're connecting and whether it's you feel that way or your boss is telling you what the truth is, like all these different things. So until you can, like if they haven't hit the AI button, like in HubSpot, that is like one thing and different conversation for leadership. But if they have and they're just not sure what they should and shouldn't do with it, then a conversation with Breeze about whatever problem they're having in the moment is where I start. Like if we can't be comfortable talking to Breeze Assistant, like in a contained space using our data in the system, then we're certainly not going to be comfortable connecting outside systems, like outside LLMs. Right. So it's almost never about like the security conversation is a trap, in my opinion, because there's just so many different variables in play. And it has nothing to do with what they'll be able to do if they connect Claude. Right. Like, of course, you can do a lot of stuff, but that's not the driver of whether or not they're going to connect. So if you can accept that it's a trust issue, then like a conversation with Breeze Assistant about whatever's on their mind, given their HubSpot portal, is where I start.
I think there are a few steps that one could take to help build that trust as well, which is permissions is like you can grant read-only access, right, to specific parts of the CRM that would help protect or alleviate any concerns of maybe Claude overwriting or updating data, right? I agree in AI we trust. I have some parts of that where it's like, yes, because I lean on it all the time, but I've also seen it, I don't want to say like take shortcuts, but not build like the right solution fully. So like extra eyes after the build, it gets you 80-90% of the way there. Human in the loop, I think, is very, very important. But like if you're willing to trust 50 humans, right, in your CRM and you haven't properly onboarded them or given them context of the data model, like they're doing stuff, right? And you trust them, like AI has been trained and knows HubSpot CRM, right? Knows the data model, knows all the properties, has access to all the context where like, yeah, trust it to make better decisions than the 50 humans, right? That have varying degrees of expertise inside of your CRM. Like it will be able to reason a lot better about stuff and find stuff that no one could have otherwise.
Yep. And take it, like be careful of the messy middle, which is the other trap where it's like, all right, 50 humans.
Yeah.
You have access to this now. Like get help doing your job. Like that's, yeah, sounds easy on the surface. Probably the biggest form of risk that any company has right now, right? It doesn't mean that you shouldn't enable them with the AI tool set. It just means you have to enable them when you give them super powerful tools like that. I think the other thing I want to call out related to this team situation is like, and we're pretty lucky that we get to work on an implementation where they're doing everything, basically ERP light inside of HubSpot. So there's teams to manage, right? I think it's so hard to find this use case inside of the ecosystem right now where you actually have a significant teams infrastructure to even think about needing programmatic updates to it. But as we were working, like the user object and the user management inside HubSpot, I think if you haven't seen it in a while, you're unlikely to recognize it. And I'm starting on the data model page because as we click into users, like you can manage associations with the user object, right?
Yeah.
And when we talk about the world where specific user types or specific teams like own specific objects, you could start to like build that into the architecture instead of just training and, you know, restrictions everywhere. Also, if you go to like the setup of any user, there's this management hierarchy that you can select a manager and reports. So basically building, you know, your org chart, like out in HubSpot. And again, this only starts to make sense once you have multiple teams, multiple user types. Otherwise, this is almost certainly happening somewhere else, even if that somewhere else is a PowerPoint slide deck. But until you have like full capacity of all the teams, right, you're not going to ever click on this area or worry about it to this level. But just know that you can. Like people have been building like HR adjacent functionality in HubSpot for a long time. Now the user object and user management area is catching up to that very quickly, because it is almost always based on communication. Like that makes that stuff work, and HubSpot's still the best around in terms of managing communications. So that's our deep dive on Teams for today. There's a bunch of interesting ones here, right? Like in my mind goes to customized meeting scheduler in the CRM. What is that? What do those words mean? Customize the meeting create form in the CRM in order to decide what properties appear when booking a meeting and which are required to be set in order to proceed with scheduling. And this is in private beta. And immediately I'm like, haven't we been doing this like for a while already? So what's different?
Today, the meeting scheduler in the CRM is the same for everyone. Now portals can choose to customize the scheduler to meet the needs of their organization. Add custom meeting properties to be set at the time of scheduling, make certain fields required in order to book, and ensure that your meeting has all the data that it needs without needing to navigate into the meeting index page to manually change properties retroactively. I read through this because I thought it was something else. It's really this button. When you click this button in the CRM, that opens up a form like many other places where you would create a record, in this case, a meeting. So now we're able to customize that.
Okay. So not
the meeting scheduler
page.
Correct.
This is why we read through every single update.
It was when you made me refresh, it was the one I was the most excited about because I just wrapped up a project very focused on the meeting scheduler. And so, there are still some functionalities that meeting scheduler could gain.
Right. It's often like one of the most annoying parts of getting somebody adopting HubSpot when it's like they want to do anything with that meetings page. And they can't do any of it and you can just spin up a Calendly or now Google or like and just immediately have that functionality. So like, sorry to cut you off here, but like just X out this page just for perspective, HubSpot team. Like hover over the sales navigation on the left. It says meeting scheduler, right? Like right next to the update that also says meeting scheduler. Okay, we're one letter different, but it's 100% not close to the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Chris, this is the meetings scheduler.
Right.
This is the meeting scheduler.
Okay. Oh, all right.
No, I think the key actually here was in the CRM. Although I admit, like I, as someone that spends all day in HubSpot, didn't clock that when I read the title either. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, again, like most people refer to the space that you are in right now on your screen, the CRM. Like HubSpot is the CRM. So an ongoing challenge. Hopefully this does, maybe speak to some updates that are coming in the meetings scheduler
But
page.
I will give HubSpot some credit on this specific update. Like, I think this is good to be able to customize this form, especially now that we have custom meeting properties. We've had custom meeting properties for a couple months now. They've been really helpful. However, they've been very hard to edit because the actual meeting interface is still very static or default, whatever, opposite of customizable. So I think this is a step towards actually getting some of those fields visible to users in HubSpot itself. But with that being said, I don't know a lot of people that are scheduling meetings like this. But
right, that's the interesting use case. But it is another spot where like they're all in on wanting to use the contact record, and you run into stuff like that. And it's like, well, why can't I just schedule a meeting from here? The meeting button's there. I can't do anything with it. So good to see them expanding that feature set. And at the same time, we can hit the other major update. Because recorded meetings no longer create duplicate call records.
There's a lot of major updates on the screen today.
Yeah. The other huge update. So starting July 31st, last Friday, what's changing today, meetings recorded with note taker or video conferencing integrations like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet create both a call record and a meeting record. Customers who opt into the public beta will have recorded meetings create only a meeting record. The change will roll out to all customers on August 31st, 2026. Note, call objects will continue to exist for actual phone calls. This change only affects recorded meetings. During the beta, the following features will not be available until August 31st, 2026. Adding meetings to a playlist. Insights derived from meetings in the Deal Insights card. Ask about meeting transcripts in Breeze. Additionally, only users with Sales Hub Professional or Enterprise or Service Hub Professional or Enterprise will be able to view meeting records, meetings created with the Zoom, Google Meet, or Microsoft Teams integrations. This is not currently available to other tiers, but will be by August 31st. I'm really happy to hear that one. But kind of like get back to me when I can see the transcripts of Breeze.
Yeah, I have aired some grievances about this for a while, so I was very happy when this got announced. I, for a very long time, was like, when is it a meeting and when is it a call? So I'm glad that we are actually having some more guardrails here. But in this, what it means for you, if you were using the call properties for any of your workflows, properties, reporting, and then, if your team's accessing those recordings through the call index page, there's a change of experience that you will be experiencing.
Is someone's I don't know, report card gonna get cut in half when they opt into this?
Yes.
It's gonna break so many reports out there.
That will happen.
Like even in the way that they describe it, and this is just the language that we use. There's no way for HubSpot to solve for this part, but call objects will continue to exist for actual phone calls. this change only affects recorded meetings. So like if I have a calendar item on the schedule that we've agreed to meet, and we choose to have a phone call, but it's still recorded, like people are not recalling, they're not thinking about the difference between recorded calls versus recorded meetings. Right? So to use meetings like this, it's like clearly they're talking about like video meetings, like meetings through this very specific mechanism. And it would be nice if there's a way to like use some qualifying words, but I'm not sure there is. So it's kind of just the clearer they can get and not just have duplication automatically happening because we don't know how to deal with it. Is helpful, but I guarantee there's going to be a lot of teams that have some come to Jesus moments about like what the data actually is related to calls and meetings, like specifically. You had clicked on the other major update today, admin navigation customization.
Finally.
In development. And by the way, the hug that is in an hour and 10 minutes today, the admin's hug, is going to be going over personalized navigation. So come and hang out with Amanda Baker. And they're so open with the feedback and the responses in these hugs. So if you're at all concerned about the personalized navigation or have been looking forward to it for a long time, I suggest you check out that event. And of course, like most things, we need a regular human user version and an admin version. So this is in development, which means we got a forward-looking statement at the front. What is it? Admins will be able to configure and assign custom navigation menus to users and teams, displaying only relevant tools in the left navigation. Users will see a simplified navigation tailored to their needs.
A lot of screenshots. Why does this matter? Users struggle with overwhelming navigation menus, making it hard to find key tools and slowing onboarding. This change reduces confusion and manual admin work, letting admins focus the navigation to match the team's needs.
I think it's fascinating, the whole like loop with HubSpot, because they just came out with this, right? So now you can customize it by team. They released the Teams API to create teams. Well, now I need an API to manage the navigation of the teams that I just created, right? Like I feel like you're always chasing your tail with software development. And this is one of those moments. Like, okay, well, I've made my 40 teams. Now I got to go click in manually and set their navigation.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see the screenshot here, to see how that might look.
My view, but
in terms of like being able to, so like the nav structure is still there to help guide us on how to organize stuff, but having these checkboxes, I think the moment that everybody's waiting for is let me put any URL I want, like as a link in the nav, which I do think has been mentioned as on the way. And again, I bet that's a question we can ask and get answered on the admin's hug later today. But yeah, a lot of people have been waiting for this moment. People built apps specifically to be able to do this over top of your HubSpot. So always interesting to see how that stuff has been done and whether or not it's inspired how they execute it themselves. So big deal on the way. Just remember, anybody that supports or consults or coaches on HubSpot, add this to your initial audit list. What does the navigation look like? That'll probably tell you a lot about how the teams use HubSpot.
Yeah.
I am curious, again, before you click on it, Like, we need reusable metrics on dashboard. Like, what?
This one, after realizing that custom meeting scheduler was not what I thought it was, this was the one I was most excited to read today.
All right.
Which also it may let me down the same way.
I mean, let's just take a step back. Have you ever been on a dashboard and said to yourself, man, I wish I could reuse that?
Yeah. No?
The metrics
in a metrics way?
Aren't the metrics tied to the reports that are on the dashboard?
And the report is clonable?
Right.
I guess. Okay, what I'm hoping this is, which it's almost certainly not, because this isn't the words that are there. I've created custom formulas before, and it would be nice to have a way to more easily clone those. Right now, I can clone a report, and that report can like carry that formula, but I can't like save my custom formula, if that makes sense.
Okay. Getting warmer, I think.
Those aren't the words that are on that.
Custom formulas is in here. So what is it? You can now add a row of up to 6 metrics to the top of any dashboard. Choose from a library of default metrics or build your own using aggregations and custom formulas. Metrics support all object types, including custom objects, and update automatically when you apply dashboard filters.
Wow.
Okay. I think this solves for huge pain in a current client implementation. Basically, like, we don't need reports.
Yep.
Like, to get the number, right? So I'm reading this, but why does it matter, Casey?
Key numbers like closed won revenue, stalled deals, or average days to close are often spread across multiple reports, which makes it hard to understand the big picture quickly. A metric row puts those figures at the top of the dashboard before any report, so you get a read on what matters without scrolling through every chart to find it. I'm not sure what I can just use a KPI report to do this.
Yep. Okay. So let's see how it works.
I think that's the whole point, right? Like, you can skip the whole report process, right? You don't need to go build report, add it to dashboard. You can just go add a metric, choose your object in your aggregation flow, and done.
So, all right. So go to any dashboard you own or administer. Find the metrics button at the top right of the dashboard and select Show Metrics. An empty metrics row appears at the top with an Add Metric button. Select from the default metrics library or create a new metric with a custom aggregation formula. Once metrics are added, metrics inherit any filters applied at the dashboard level. Hover between metrics and click plus to insert more, up to 6 total. Click any metric to drill into over time by owner and by team breakdowns. Use the metrics dropdown in the filter bar to show or hide the row for all dashboard viewers. Only super admins and dashboard owners can add, remove, or modify metrics on a dashboard. So one of, I think, the most confusing aspects of dashboards is filters between reports and between the dashboard itself. And this removes that, it looks like, right? Like, if metric is handled different from a report, you don't have to, there's no filters applied there. So whatever filters are on the dashboard will be the ones. It's almost like a ready-made, like, the reason that you want the report is to get the metric. So let's just cut out the report building or report management part of it
Mhm.
which is kind of the same. Like you're still using objects and data to do it, but maybe there's some simplification happening here.
Okay. I'm not sure I personally felt this pain, but plenty of people did, and that's the point.
It's just, I think it's a simpler path to aggregation.
Mhm.
That's it. I think I'm like a huge fan of it. I'm mostly curious on like how are they building all of this stuff under the hood. Like I'm like very much kind of in the technical side of like, wow, like it's business intelligence at your fingertips across all objects, cross objects, like metadata. So like it's all there. And I think the biggest challenge that I've had in most implementations is everyone wants the dashboard. I posted about this the other day. Everyone wants the dashboard. And I worry, maybe worry is not the right word, but it's just like, okay, go put your metrics there. What do they mean? Like, is it accurate? Do you trust the number? Does it actually, like, go ask 5 other people in your company, what does this metric mean? Right? And get their response. And if people aren't aligned there, then it doesn't matter how many metrics you clone, because it'll just be a number at the end of the day. There's another part I just want to add to this. It's like, I think people always want to know, like, how long has a deal been in a certain stage, right? You get a number, and let's say it's 45 days. Like, what comes after that insight? What's the work involved to say, okay, it's 45 days? Like, is that good? Is that bad? What's the minimum? What's the maximum? What's the average? Like, these are just the numbers. It's like really the strategy behind, are we trying to reduce the number? Are we trying to, like, I don't know, what do we want to do now that we know the number? And that we trust the number. But getting this dashboard, I think, is getting the metrics there is maybe step one.
Yeah. All right. Teaser for next week, since I didn't get to show it. We've got lookup unlocked in our Value First Team portal. So if we somehow have managed not to unbox it on the way there, I think we should dig into this a little bit. Super helpful here, showing our object IDs instead of object names. Not really, but we will dive into that because I know a lot of people are interested in lookup fields for associations. But until then, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Casey. And we wish everybody a great rest of your Tuesday.
See
you next time.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.